Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me
Family,
out.
you guys are so amazing. I'm Mr. Aos Inspires. This is Aos The Podcast. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to another episode of Aos The Podcast. If you're just now tuning in to Aos The Podcast, do me a favor. I need you to go to every single social media outlet, YouTube, TikTok, search Aos The Podcast, subscribe, like, follow. I need you guys to be connected. And the reason I say that is because on all the platforms, we post something different. There's different content that's posted on every single platform that I believe that will help you out. I want you to be connected, and you never know. We may be running some type of giveaway. You just never know, right? We may be giving away $100, $500, $1,000. But the only way that you can find out when we're giving something away is if you're following us on all platforms. That may be the very platform that we say, hey, guess what? To the third person that comments on this post on YouTube, you're getting $1,000, or you're getting $500, you're getting $50, you're getting $100, whatever. That's the reason. That's one of the reasons. But the main reason is we produce some amazing content that will help you out, that people find value in this thing. I'm going to shout out to our YouTube team. What's crazy is they just gave us the notice and we posted it yesterday. It's crazy. Yesterday we had 70,000 views, right? And the next day, we got another email, 75,000 views. So we're moving up. I appreciate you guys, all of your connections, all of your support. Listen, go to YouTube now. Let's just go ham on YouTube, for real. Like, look out for the brand, all right? Aos The Podcast. So, but let's go ahead and get started. On yesterday, I spent some time with you all ladies. And but today I want to spend time with the fellas. I gotta set the record straight, because on yesterday we did a podcast. We talked about women need to know who they're wired for. Today, men, y'all guys, we need to figure out. Like, I don't need to figure out because I'm not. My card is turned in. But for the ones that are single, I need y'all to know what kind of woman that you're wired for. Truth of the matter is, you're not wired for every woman, right? You may bring, this is one thing that most men get confused. You may think that just because you have money in the bank, you get to the bag, I'm wired for every single woman. No woman to turn me down. That's not true. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're not broke and you've had money, you understand that money is not the end all be all. Because this is the truth of the matter is, after you done took a whole bunch of trips, after you done bought all the cars, you bought all the jewelry that you want or that you can afford, you got the most lavish house that you can afford or that you want, what's next? Right? Because many of you have money and you're in relationships, you have money, you got all the trinkets, but you guys don't have no peace at home. Like, you guys don't enjoy one another, right? So that's why I say the money is not the end all be all. That's why every single time you guys get in my comments, I'm like, no, what you talking about? Because you're speaking from a broke perspective. Like I told you, any guy that says, all right, if you order from this is the side that we having sex with, right? But if you order from this side, we cool. Right? Maybe on another date, we'll go on another day or whatever. Like, that's broke man mentality, and I get it. You're saying you're getting offended. If you get offended, you broke. But this is what I want to tell you: you can get out of the broke section. All you have to do is begin to learn what you need to do to get out that broke section. It's your responsibility to get out the broke section. Period. It's your responsibility. But understand, and I hate that, because this is another thing. When you lead with anything, when you lead with your money, when you lead with your material items, whatever you lead with, this is a sign that you're hiding some type of insecurity that you're dealing with. I got to lay the foundation, whether y'all watch it or not. I know my ladies are going to rock with me today, because some of the ladies are going to come back and say, I just want to see what he's going to tell the guys. And I just got to be honest, and I got to be blunt up front. Because when you lead any type of circumstances with money, when you're approaching a woman or you're approaching a relationship and you lead in with money, this is a true sign that you're hiding some type of insecurity that you battle with. Period. Like, that's real smack. Like, I don't want you to be so insecure that you got to let a woman know, I got that bread. I get to the bag. I make $300,000 a year. I drive a Bentley, or I got the brand new Vet, or I got the brand new whatever. Those are all material things. A fake woman, she get excited about that stuff. Like, she get excited fast. But a real woman that understands, okay, this is just materialistic stuff. You can get in an accident and all this stuff be gone. Somebody can just run into all of your cars while they're parked at your house and all of your cars are gone, right? Do you have the money to buy it again? And if you do have the money to buy it again, it could happen again. You can go bankrupt tomorrow. How many people you know that were rich one day and the next day, not just lottery winners? There has been some regular people that have invested into some bad investments and was dead broke the next day. Money comes and goes. You can get the bag. You can get some money, right? But a real relationship is hard to stumble across. It's hard to stumble across. So I'm really this blunt. Why? Because I don't want you guys to always lead with something tangible. Matter of fact, don't lead at all with nothing tangible. Because what you lead with is something that you have to sustain. And I need y'all to understand this. I broke it down for the women yesterday, and I'm going to break it down for the fellas as well. Don't get in your feelings when I say these certain type of women you can't handle. Handle is not a sign of weakness. But when you get, I've been in situations where I'm like, nah, that's too much for me to handle. And the reason I say that is because just because you can handle a woman doesn't degrade her. That doesn't devalue her. Right? When I say handle, I'm not saying like handle where you can control, because most people attribute handle with control, and it's not. Handle, like you can handle somebody calling you stupid because you know that you're not stupid. So I can handle that. Or you can handle somebody calling you ugly. Cool, I can handle that. I know I ain't ugly. I understand. I don't need somebody else to validate who it is that I am. So you need to recognize, who can I handle? Prime example, give you an example, because I know some of y'all stink face. Like, yo, we're talking about. What you mean? I can handle any woman. No, you can't. Your finances, and I got to break it down to all facets of your life. Let's deal with the finances, because most people respond more to finances than they do anything else. You may be a gentleman that makes $100,000 a year, but there's this woman that has a $300,000 lifestyle. She makes $1 million a year, but to keep up with her lifestyle, it's $300,000 a year. You only make $100,000. So in retrospect, you cannot handle this woman. Now, she may not be that type of vain woman that be like, yo, if you can't do it, then I don't want you. She may not be that type of woman, but you have some women that's like that. That's like, yo, I get to the bag myself, right? I get to the bag myself. The question becomes, can you get to the same amount or more than what I get to? My lifestyle is $300,000. Can you support that? If I stop everything that I'm doing, can you support this? Some women put standards on guys like that. That's why I say that you need to figure out what type of woman are you wired to handle, or are you wired for? You're not wired for every woman. And fellas, I want to tell you this. You can have great sex, but that like I told the woman yesterday, that doesn't sustain any type of relationship. Because I truly believe, this is just me, I may do a podcast, I doubt it, but I don't know. But sex is all in what you make it. Sex is how you feel about a person, right? I believe that's how sex is expressed. Sex is all about how you feel about a person. In that, how you feel about a person. I was about to say in that moment, but no, not in the moment. But let's do that. In that moment, I know a lot of married couples that do forums and say, listen, the sex was like this when we first got married, but now it's like, it's sloppy. It's whack, right? Well, maybe because you said something to her, she said something to you, and you guys got in some arguments, or you said some things that can't be taken back. So in that moment, she's not feeling you the way that she used to feel you. So the sex is not going to be top grade like it used to be. It fizzles out. Your money will fizzle out. I promise you, your money will fizzle out. Stop making investments. Get lazy. Get complacent. And some of y'all, I ain't gonna get complacent. Some of you will, right? That's why they have something called happy weight. Some of you get in relationships and gain what they call happy weight, right? And you gain this weight. Why? Because you're happy. You get complacent. You get comfortable. Things can change. Stop leading with tangible stuff. But fellas, there are certain type of women that you cannot handle. I spoke about the finances. Let's speak about the emotional side. There are some women, right, that don't care about finances, that don't care about, can you buy me the latest and greatest? They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is, can you spend quality time with me? And you understand that I run a business that requires at least 40 hours of my time a week, at least minimum. Then I got to hit the gym. Then I got to do this. So then it leaves me with about 5 to 6 hours to spend with you for real. Right? Am I willing to dedicate that time? Like I said, some women don't care. Some women, now I got this from Grant. Grant was like, I would not cheat on you, but I would not sacrifice my dreams for you. And if you're the type of woman that don't want to be rich, I understand that you're not the type of woman for me. Again, this is not the woman that I can handle. Like some men, you would say, if a woman does not want to be on the grind with me, or you're comfortable with being broke, that's not the woman that you can handle. I can't handle being broke. I can't handle that. I can't make you want to be rich. And of course, you guys seen on my last, I did a short clip on it. I said that if you don't want to be rich, you're selfish. And I truly believe that. I stand that to the day that I die. If you don't want to be rich, you're selfish. Because most people will say this, as long as I'm cool, as long as I can buy this, what I want, go what I want, whatever, I'm cool. You're selfish. You're not thinking about nobody else. You're not thinking about, okay, cool, insurance. Okay, cool. That's helping somebody when you die. What about while you're living? Do you get satisfaction from seeing your finances change somebody's life? That's why I look at it. If you don't want to be rich, you're selfish. But fellas, there's some women that you can't handle. And be okay with that. Now, I got to start this off too. I don't believe, this is just me, I don't believe that there's a such thing as a person being out of your league. I don't believe that. I don't ascribe or subscribe, or however you want to say it, I don't subscribe to that thinking or that ideology, right? I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe that there's nobody out of your league. You can have anybody that you want to. However, then you got to get to the juncture in your life or in your decision. Is this the person I can handle? Or am I wired for this person? She wants more of my time than I'm able to give. I can't handle that. She's cool with being broke. I can't handle that. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. She doesn't want to travel the world. I was listening to this podcast. I got to tell y'all this. I was listening to this podcast, and he said he met this guy, and the guy was a millionaire. I'm assuming, I think he said he was a millionaire. Right? Met this guy, and the guy was, before COVID, was traveling all around the world with his wife. Him and his wife was just traveling. It was going. And she loved going. But what happened was when COVID hit, she caught COVID. Then it set something inside. C-19 set something inside of her mind, was like, yo, I don't want to go nowhere. I want to stay in the house. I don't want to go anywhere. And then when everything began to die down, he wanted to go back traveling. Like, they opened the things back up. Now you can go traveling. He ready to go back traveling. She was like, nah, they were married. They're married for 42 years. She's like, nah, I still don't feel comfortable, right? So in the beginning, he was cool with it. Okay, she don't feel comfortable. Okay, great. I'll wait till she feels comfortable. But I'm still going traveling. I'm still going, right? So eventually, I want to say, just hypothetically speaking, let's say 6 months to a year rolled by. And she still was like, nah, I don't feel comfortable going. I'm staying home. So what he did was, he was so used to having watched this companionship. They're married for 42 years. He's used to having companionship. What happened was, he said, I need some companionship. And I'm assuming that he talked to her and expressed how he truly felt. He needed her with him. She said that she's not ready. Okay, cool. 42 years of being married. 42 years of being with each other. He needed that companionship. He wanted that companionship. So what did he do? He cheated. He found a woman that would go on the trips with him. That's why I say you need to find the woman, or you need to understand the type of woman that you're wired for. Circumstances may happen, right? Like, this area of my life, I really need you in. And if you step out of that boundary, I'm not saying that it's a prerequisite, like if you step out of that boundary, I'm going to cheat. No, I'm not saying that. But even the strongest man, that's why I'm doing a podcast next. I'm doing an AOS show about cheating. But you can't really judge guys or women that cheat, because even the strongest person, I don't care how strong you are, how faithful, how ethical you are, you have to be careful about allowing yourself to be placed in a situation where being unethical is vulnerable, or is reasonable, or it can happen. Period. But so what happened was, he found someone that went on, and she found out. Now, how the story unfolded after that, I know that she divorced him. 42 years, one slip up, she divorced him, right? Now, I don't know if they got back together. I don't know if he stayed with the woman. I don't know. But I need you to discover the woman that the type of woman that you are wired for, right? And I know some of y'all are like, I can handle being wired better than handle. No, it's both. It's hand in hand. Because there's some things that a woman will say or do. Like, for example, there's some men, right? Some of y'all can holler back at your boy and agree with this. You cannot put up with a woman that's so disrespectful at the mouth. You will not put up with that. And I want to share with you, I'm looking at statistics. Most men, alpha men, like true alpha men. I ain't talking about the man that just act like he's strong because he got money. Nah, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the guy that's really an alpha man, right? And that has money. Statistics says that he does not put up with disrespect at all. And most women won't be disrespectful unless you open that door and allow that to happen, period. And what's your level of disrespect that you can handle? Or what do you categorize disrespect? So important. I know some of y'all have never thought about it from this angle, but you need to discover, what type of woman am I wired to handle? Am I wired to handle a woman that only shops at Gucci? Like, can you handle that? Can your bank account handle that? Can you mentally handle that? Right? You may be the type of guy to be like, listen, I'm cool with, just give me some jeans from Target, give me a fresh shirt from, wherever, but my shoes got to be legit. You may be that type of guy. She may not be that type of girl. No, you're not getting my jeans or my dress from Target. You're not getting my shirt from Walmart. You're not getting my stuff from the mall. I need to go to Gucci. I need to go to Birch. I need to go to Tory and Birch. I need to go to those places, right? I need you to understand the type of woman that you're dealing with. Period. And as I told the women yesterday, and I'm closing up real fast. As I told the women yesterday, you need to understand the type of guy, right? The type of guy that you're dealing with before you start dealing with them. And fellas, I need you to understand, because they will always show signs. Understand the type of woman that you're dealing with before you start dealing with her. You should be able to pick apart a woman in the first 30 seconds, or I give you guys the benefit of the doubt, at least the first 5 minutes of talking to her. Because even for 5 minutes, she can't cover up who she really is for 5 minutes. Because if you ask the right qualifying questions, the real her is going to come out through her answers. Especially if you ask some real questions. Like, will you see yourself in 5 years? She may say something stupid. I don't know. Look, listen, I tell all of my mentees, I tell everybody I come, even my children, I will accept any answer, but I don't know. I just can't accept that, right? So even just from that interaction, and you're a person that is a planner, you're a person that has your dream board at home, and you're like, listen, I'm looking at this thing every single day. I know what I want to do. And now here it is, a woman that has no clue what she wants to do in the next 2 to 3 years. Even something that short, 2 to 3 years, you don't know what you want to do? Nah, you're not the one for me. So what I'm saying is, a lot of you all overlook the signs because she's beautiful, or she got a nice package in the back, or she dragging a wagon, right? Like, it's crazy that you allow these physical traits. I've seen it. Let me say this first. Let me finish my point. You allow these physical traits to get you off track and make you make decisions that is not beneficial for your future. And now you're dealing with this woman for 6 months or a year, and now your life is upside down. Why? Because the sign that you overlooked in the beginning. But I've seen situations where the woman didn't have nothing. She was straight up and down like a pencil. But the right man saw potential in her more than her body. And they begin to work out. Then all those places that was just like that became like this, right? So what I'm saying is attributes. Now. This goes into qualifying the woman before you start talking to her. I'm not saying you find a woman that's like that and be like, yo, I'm going to invest some time, because you might invest your time into the wrong person, the wrong woman, and you lost time. And you just helped her see the better side of her for another man. And you know that this wasn't a perfect fit. I'm not saying don't look out for certain people or help develop people. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about when you're being intentional with your dating. I don't want to waste time like that. That's wasted time. Because your intention was to get to know this person, to date this person. But I'm not getting you ready and prepared for somebody else. That's not what I'm doing. That is not what we're doing at all. So you need to understand what type of woman am I wired for? And what type of woman can I handle? Like I can deal with you wanting to go out to eat twice a week. I can handle that. Or can you handle a woman that's like, listen, we need to eat Monday through Sunday? Out. I'm not cooking. I'm not a cooking woman. I don't clean, so I'm gonna need you to get a maid. Now, this goes beyond finances. You know, it requires finances to go out to eat and to have a chef or whatever. But this is why I tell you, qualify them in the beginning, right? But then as you spend time with them, dig around that tree. Find out how their family is. Don't get caught. Listen, I'm done with this. I'm closing on this one. A lot of you guys make the major mistake by committing to a woman before you find out about her family. Many of you make commitments with a woman before you find out the details about her family. And that's the worst thing that you can do. Because you can commit to this woman, because this is the truth, like I tell you, the family is not going to hide who they are, right? And generally, she is a product of the family. She may not be similar, but she may not be the same, but she's going to be similar to the family. There's going to be some close traits, right? And many of you fail in that area because this will even more let you know, like, I'm not wired for this woman. I'm not. She's not wired for me either. I don't want her. A lot of relationships have broken up once they met the families because it says a lot about them. Listen, family, I love you guys to life. Listen, this podcast is brought to you by Winning After Major Loss, publication that we produced 2016. Go get it right now. I love you guys. I'm Aos The Podcast. I hope that this podcast was helpful. I'm out.